Justin Gaethje, Arman Tsarukyan, Paddy the Baddy. What do they all have in common? Well, a couple things. They all would like to fight Ilia Topuria for the world championship. They all would fight Islam Makhachev. They would all fight Charles Oliveira. They would all fight for the vacant belt. They don't have any beef with anybody at the top, whether that was Islam or currently is Ilia. Not relevant to the story. They want to fight for the belt. I don't think you have to add the rest of the story, but I'm just sharing. These guys all view themselves as #1 contenders, and they all got a great claim. I mean, Justin Gaethje has laid his out to the point that he's digging in. The right answer for what should we do at 155 pounds for any question, the opening night is just one dude's debut. Hey, it's his retirement. Hey, this guy's the greatest fighter ever. Hey, this is a world title fight. Hey, this is a #1 contendership. We're in a bind. It's last minute. What should we do? The right answer to any question at 155 pounds is Justin Gaethje. If you say that answer every single time, you will never get laughed at. You will never look bad. You won't even be wrong. Every now and then, there's other equally as good answers. But I get it, right? Justin Gaethje. Paddy the Baddy. Big laughing stock. Big joke when Paddy says stuff. Yeah, like I'm going to take down and beat up Michael Chandler. Yeah, big jokester, Paddy the Baddy. Paddy the Baddy turns out to be, I believe it's 8-0. If I'm wrong, it's however many times he's fought in the octagon and 0. There's no laughing stock. Not to mention, he's got the blessing of the current champion. He called out the champion called out him. Okay, great. Save that over here. You then have the right guy. The right guy, based on the arguments that the others have made, based on comments that Paddy has made about what matters to get a title shot, based on comments over 10 years that I've heard Justin Gaethje say publicly, if this and this happens, you deserve, and nothing should be in your way. The right guy, based on those guys' opinion, is Arman Tsarukyan. Now, would you like to know what else those three guys have in common? All three of them will take my phone call right now. And all three of them trust me enough to tell me the answer to the question, who's getting the shot at 155? They may say, keep my name out of this, Chael. But they would take the call and they would share that information. Do you want to know of those three, how many of them I have called? None. I haven't called any of them. Because I have a very strong belief and a conviction for why I believe in this. They don't know. I do not believe that they've been told. Charles and Ilia was done and booked and was going to happen a meaningful amount of time before that got revealed to you guys. Sean Brady and Ian Gary, by example, is a fight that you guys are going to love, but it hasn't yet been revealed to you guys. Like sometimes it goes this way. At 155 pounds, I was feeling that was the spot we were in, but the more that I talk, and I talk a lot with Daryl Christian, who is one of Arman's wrestling coaches, and they really don't know. I did a workout, was in person with Coach Cal and his wife, and we had very candid conversations a week ago. Daniel Cormier and I, we were all catching up, and that just isn't an environment where you start keeping things to yourself. That is where you would share and then say, hey guys, keep this between us. I'm telling you, they don't know. Coach Cal is training Arman. He trained Khamzat Chimaev, and Arman came every day with Chimaev just to tie that in for you. I don't think that they know. Now, I do know who it should be, Arman Tsarukyan. I do know why it's not Arman Tsarukyan. And so do you. Something happened. Arman had the match. The day of weigh-ins, something happened. We've never completely been told what that was, but the scheduled, offered, planned match did not go forward. That's when Manny Moicano stepped in. And that puts like a weird, not quite punishment, but punishment-like veil over Arman. And we'll stick him in this purgatory, if you will, of MMA. Where we don't know quite what we're going to do with you now. So we're going to do nothing. And it might end up being great. You might end up getting to come to heaven. It might not, though, and you're going to have to go to hell. But either way, being in a spot where you don't know is basically punishment enough. And then he had a good action. You only need one good action, and whatever else was done is forgiven. And that good action was coming in, getting licensed, going through the full training camp with Coach Cal, doing everything that Chimaev did, stepping forward, and not getting the fight. That's a very hard thing to go through. It's a very necessary evil, as the UFC saw it, but because of that action, it would look as though this make-believe veil would be lifted. But he still hasn't been given the fight. What keeps hope alive is neither has Paddy and neither has Gaethje. So then we have to start reading the clues. And we got a big one 1 week ago. And we got it actually from Tsarukyan. Tsarukyan spoke for Ilia Topuria. Tsarukyan brought us news that Ilia Topuria does not want to fight until next year. Which I know sounds like forever, but it's, you're 4 months away. You're 3 months away, right? It's next year is close. But either way, Tsarukyan said, man, I was supposed to fight, and then I went through a training camp where I potentially could fight, but the truth is I haven't fought until April of last year. I even had a suspension until October of this year. Like, I'm doing everything I can. That's 4 training camps. That's no fights. And Tsarukyan is just making the comment, yes, I believe I should have Ilia Topuria. Yes, I want Ilia Topuria. No, I'm not willing to wait to get Ilia Topuria. Because of my own personal situation, because of 4 training camps with no fight, I am not willing to wait. So I guess I don't get Ilia next. And it was a very interesting negotiating tool, I must tell you. I mean, regardless of what he said, he still wants Ilia. He did the interview to get himself closer to Ilia. And when I read it, he pulled this whole, not only do I not care, I'm not going to get it. Not only am I not going to get it, I'm looking for something else. He pulled this whole, blew it off his shoulder, right? Can you guys get this expression? Get this expression. He blew it off his shoulder in such a well-worded way that it worked. I knew what he was going for. I knew what he was trying to achieve. But he hit it so well under a veil of 3. Not only am I not going to get it, not only do I not want to wait for it, I'm in fact pursuing something else. That, well, if that is in fact true, then yeah, he sure is not going to get it. If he gets announced or assigned to a different opponent, well, hold that thought, because Tsarukyan, as of about 10:30 Portland time last night, an announcement comes out that he has agreed to a grappling event in Russia towards the end of this year. It even gave a date, and I want to say it was October. It's right in there, though.
Like mid-September.
Mid-September, so a couple weeks. Would that make you believe that he's closer or further away from fighting? Because it would show you the signs that he's hungry. It would show you the signs that he's ready to take a risk. It would show you the signs that he wants his hard work to pay off. He doesn't want to do training camps and light them on fire. He wants to go out and perform and show what he can do. It also, if you find out that you're going to have to wait till next year, but you're smart like Tsarukyan and you say, hey, I don't get better at doing something by doing nothing. Get me in there. Get me as close as you can. Get me a grappling match. Let me weigh in. Let me warm up. Let me shake hands with somebody. Let me try to have more points than them when time runs out. It's a really big deal. Like, you don't get ring rust just by not being in the ring. There's ways that you can fill that void, such as this. Such as Tsarukyan going in and doing this. And the idea that Tsarukyan has accepted this for September tells me that he didn't accept a fight in October or November. It tells me that he's doing something to stay busy because he might have to wait until next year if that, in fact, is what the champion is going to force him to do, and if, in fact, Tsarukyan is fighting the champion. Look, guys, we show up here with nothing more than speculation. But in the world of speculation, I submit for you, Arman Tsarukyan wants to stay busy so he's not rusty by January of next year, and therefore he booked a grappling match. I submit for you, Arman Tsarukyan is planning to take on Ilia Topuria next. Your witness.